Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we will discuss heterocatalytic type of DNA replication. As we all know, DNA replication is of two types, autocatalytic and the heterocatalytic. So what today we have to discuss in this video is heterocatalytic type of DNA replication. So what happens in heterocatalytic type of DNA replication is from DNA protein is formed. DNA undergo transcription and forms the messenger RNA or mRNA, and from mRNA protein is formed through translation process. So for understanding heterocatalytic type of DNA replication, you should know few things. First I will tell you that, and after that I will take the whole process. So first thing which you should know about is central dogma. Now what is central dogma? Central dogma, as we all know, protein is responsible for performing all the activities in the cell. Okay, now what happens in what is central dogma is the central pathway or the central route of the cell through which the DNA is converted or DNA is transferred into protein. So this whole is called the central dogma. If we have to understand central dogma in a pictorial form, so how we can understand that DNA will undergo transcription and reverse transcription and will form mRNA. So DNA will undergo transcription and reverse transcription and messenger RNA will be formed. Now messenger RNA will form protein. It will form protein, and this step or this process is called translation process. Means whatever in this step what will happen, whatever information or the code is present on messenger RNA, that will be converted into protein. This step is called translation. Now what is the difference between transcription and reverse transcription? You would be thinking of that. So what is the difference is, in transcription from DNA messenger RNA is formed, but in case of reverse transcription from messenger RNA, DNA is formed. Now DNA will be converted into protein. Okay. So what is central dogma? This whole is the central dogma. Now what next you should know is RNA polymerase enzyme. Second is RNA polymerase enzyme. What is RNA polymerase enzyme? First thing you should know is RNA polymerase is a DNA dependent. It is a DNA dependent enzyme, or we can say it is a DNA dependent RNA polymerase enzyme. Now in RNA polymerase, in prokaryotes and eukaryotes, RNA polymerase enzymes are of different type. In case of prokaryotes, if we are talking of prokaryotes, what happens is, in prokaryotes only one type of means, or we can say only one RNA polymerase enzyme is present, and this single RNA polymerase enzyme is responsible for the formation of all the three types of RNAs. So this only one RNA polymerase will form all the three RNAs, that is mRNA, rRNA and the tRNA. This single enzyme will form all the three RNAs. But if we are talking of eukaryotes, what happens in eukaryotes? In eukaryotes, three types of RNA polymerase enzyme are present. First is RNA polymerase 1, second is RNA polymerase 2nd, and the third is RNA polymerase 3rd. RNA polymerase 1 is responsible for the formation of rRNA, second is responsible for the formation of hnRNA and mRNA. Means RNA polymerase 2nd will form hnRNA also and the mRNA also. But RNA polymerase third is responsible for the formation of transfer RNA, that is tRNA. Now few things more are there which you should know about the RNA polymerase enzyme is, RNA polymerase enzyme is made up of 5 subunits. So RNA polymerase in prokaryotes and eukaryotes we have discussed. Now we have to discuss the units of RNA polymerase enzyme. As I have said, RNA polymerase enzyme has 5 subunits. It has 5 subunits. It has 2 alpha units or subunit you can say. It binds to initiation protein. It binds to initiation protein. Now it has one beta dash unit. It binds to the template. It has one beta unit. This is beta dash and this is the beta unit. It binds to the nucleotide and it has one omega unit. Now there are 5 units, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These 5 units together form the core enzyme. These form the core enzyme. Core enzyme means you can say these 5 units will combine and will form the complete enzyme. That only is called core enzyme. Now few more things are there which you should know. One is sigma factor. 2 we have discussed. Third is sigma factor. Now what sigma factor is and what is responsible for? Sigma factor binds to the or attaches to the core enzyme, means it will attach to the RNA polymerase enzyme, and sigma factor is responsible for the initiation of the chain, means sigma factor is the only factor or sigma factor is the factor which will initiate the RNA. It is responsible for initiation of chain. And the fourth thing which you should know about is the rho factor. It is rho factor. Now what rho factor is responsible for? Rho factor is responsible for the elongation and the termination of the chain which will be formed. So rho factor is responsible for elongation and termination of chain. Okay, so what we have discussed? We have discussed central dogma, RNA polymerase, sigma factor and the rho factor. Now we have to know what is the template strand, what is the coding strand. So next is template strand. What is template strand? Template strand is the strand which has complementary codes for the newly formed mRNA or the newly formed RNA. So what is template strand, or next what we have to discuss is template strand. So what is template strand? It is the strand which will have complementary codes for mRNA which is formed, and always the 3' and the 5' end will serve for the template strand. So the strand which have polarity 3', 5' will serve as the template strand. Now what next is the coding strand. Coding strand. Now what is the coding strand? Coding strand is the strand which have the same codes. All the codes will be similar to the codes which are present on the messenger RNA. So what is the coding strand? It is the strand which have same codes as of mRNA. Now template strand is also known as non-coding strand. That is obvious. You can understand that why it is called non-coding strand, because it is not serving as a coding strand. So template strand and coding strand you have to know. You have known. Now you have to know about the promoter gene and the termination or terminator gene or the stop codon. So next is promoter gene. What is promoter gene? Promoter gene is the set of codon or is the triplet of codon which will initiate or which will promote the formation of the chain, formation of the polypeptide chain. So AUG, this you should remember, AUG is the promoter gene codon. So AUG is the first codon which will attach to, which will form the, which will start the formation of polypeptide chain. Now what is the termination or the stop codon? Termination codon. Now what is termination codon? Termination codon is the codon, means, or we can say that when the termination codon will come, means UAG serves as the terminator codon. When the codon UAG comes on the chain or the mRNA, from there the formation of the polypeptide chain will be terminated or it will be stopped. So it is also known as stop codon. This we have discussed the points which you should know before understanding or before studying the heterocatalytic type of DNA replication. Now we will start the process. So terms we have studied about. Now what we have to study is the main process. So as I have said earlier, in the heterocatalytic type of DNA replication, transcription and translation, 2 steps are involved. So first we will discuss the transcription and then we will discuss the translation process. So what happens in transcription? First we have to discuss the transcription. What was happening in transcription? From DNA, mRNA was formed. Now in transcription process, 3 steps are involved. First is initiation of the chain, second is elongation of the chain, and the third is termination of the polypeptide or the chain which is formed. So what are the first step is in transcription process? First step is initiation step. Initiation of chain. Now how the transcription process takes place? This is DNA, these are the strands of DNA. 3 dash, 5 dash, 5 dash and 3 dash. As we know, these 2 strands are anti-parallel. Okay, so now what happens on the template strand? Promoter gene is attached at the 3 dash end, and on the coding strand, this is the template strand, this is template strand, and this is the coding strand. So what happens here? Promoter is attached. This is promoter. This is promoter. So promoter is attached at the 3 dash end of the template strand and at the 5 dash end of the coding strand. So what is the function of promoter? The function of promoter is it will initiate or it will promote the formation of the chain. Now what happens? RNA polymerase. This is RNA polymerase. RNA polymerase comes and binds at the 3 dash end of the template strand. Now as the RNA polymerase is attached, now the sigma factor will attach to it. I am drawing it with different color. Sigma factor is also attached to the RNA polymerase enzyme. This is RNA polymerase. Now, as we have discussed or we have studied that sigma factor initiates the chain or it will initiate the formation of the chain. Now, as the sigma factor is attached here, the initiation of the chain start forming. Now, when the chain will start forming, now means nucleotide will attach here. Now as the initiation start, this sigma factor detach, means this sigma factor will detach and this core enzyme will be left as it is. Now this sigma factor will go and join with RNA, with another RNA polymerase to, or with another core enzyme to initiate the different chain. Now what happened after this? What happened? This initiation has started 3 dash, 5 dash, 5 dash and 3 dash. Now what happens? This sigma bond, yeah, this sigma factor detaches and this is promoter and here is terminator present. Terminator is present here. This is terminator. Terminator is attached here. Now what happens? RNA polymerase is also attached. Sigma factor is now detached. Now as the sigma factor detach, rho factor come and joins here. What will now join here? Now what happens? This RNA polymerase start moving as the initiation of the chain formation is started. This RNA polymerase moves further on the mRNA or moves further on the DNA. Now when this RNA polymerase reach here, rho factor comes and join. Now what rho factor is responsible for? Rho factor is responsible for the elongation of the chain. Now as rho factor is attached here, now the chain will be elongated, means chain will form further. This chain will be formed. Now what happens? And RNA polymerase is also moving further on the strand. When RNA polymerase reach here, means RNA polymerase has reached at the point where the terminator is present. Now when the RNA polymerase reach here, this rho factor is detached, and as the rho factor is detached, means termination of the chain is done. What happens? This whole thing, all the units will separate, means this hnRNA which is formed, the RNA which is formed is hnRNA. It will detach. Now we will discuss reverse trans. Now what we have discussed, this was the initiation step, and when the rho factor was attached here and the chain was being elongated, that is step number 2. That is elongation of chain. So what factors are responsible for initiation? RNA polymerase and the sigma factor will initiate the formation of chain, and for elongation RNA polymerase and rho factor. RNA polymerase and rho factor will be responsible for the elongation of chain, and the third and last step is termination. For this also rho factor is responsible. So what was happening in initiation of chain, or what happened in transcription process? In transcription process, the RNA polymer on the 3' end of the template strand and on the 5' end of the coding strand, promoter is attached, and on the 5' end of the template strand and 3' end of the coding strand, terminator is attached. And what happens in the first step or initiation of chain, RNA polymerase comes and binds on the 3' end of the template strand, and sigma factor is attached to the RNA polymerase enzyme. And as we all know, sigma factor is responsible for the initiation of chain. So what will happen? As the sigma factor joins the RNA polymerase, the chain formation starts. Now when the chain formation starts, or when the formation or when the initiation is done, the sigma factor detach and the RNA polymerase, this RNA polymerase moves further on the strand. Now when RNA polymerase reaches this position, sigma factor is detached, rho factor comes and get attached to this enzyme. Now what happened when the rho factor is attached to RNA polymerase, the chain elongation is done. Now when the rho factor will remain attached to it. Now what happens, chain is formed till the end. When RNA polymerase moving further reaches at this end, means where the terminator is attached, the rho factor will terminate, and as the termination is done, all the subunits or all the units which are present here will separate. So in this video we have discussed all the terminologies and the transcription process. In the next video we will discuss reverse transcription and the translation process. Please अगर वीडियो अच्छी लगी हो तो वीडियो को लाइक करो, शेयर करो एंड सब्सक्राइब कर दो चैनल को इफ़ यू आर न्यू टू द चैनल, एंड इफ़ यू हैव एनी प्रॉब्लम ऑन एनी टॉपिक you can write it in the comment section.